Hi everyone, so I was thinking since nobody really knows how everyone got here and what life is and just what this all is, unless maybe I'm wrong and somebody knows, I don't know, maybe I'm not updated, but I just don't understand how everything kind of works and how sort of things are pushed upon people when it's I think that's just the lack of freedom that is hidden under a lot of words as tradition or respecting certain things and this and that. But yeah, I don't know, it's just certain things, at least I always felt like that growing up, and I still have that emotion sometimes within me of growing up and feeling a lot of things I don't know what to call it. I just felt like I'm being consistently pushed into being attached to something, some perception of reality, or just my life and my own thoughts, honestly, and my own life, how it should be kind of directed, if that makes sense, because otherwise I have no way of surviving, if that makes sense. So I always kind of felt that kind of pain in a way. I'm sorry, I was just doing the painting sketches videos, and getting crazy, and I'm just trying to make some thinking video, and my chair makes noises, and so for that, and the sounds, and yeah, anyway, I just couldn't never understand was I only born differently and other people don't see problems like that? They're just I don't even know, because I don't know. But I always felt that kind of I understood always, I don't know, I always wanted to have that kind of freedom still. And I understand respect and this and that, but I would feel that it's disrespectful for the another person if for them the meaning of me respecting them is being by a cost of me feeling pain, if that makes sense. I wouldn't want to make that person that kind of person that they're becoming because of how they treat me, if that makes sense. So then I guess maybe growing up, I just kind of felt I'm not even seen at all in some ways. I'm not sure how to describe that. Yeah, but anyway, I don't know, everything is so weird, and then we still kind of don't know. It's just it hurts me that so many certain decisions are made and can affect so many people in some ways. Again, from some point of view, I guess you can be you can make something as that seems as first as a minus to the plus, but it's still, doesn't quite change the fact that somebody can hurt you and this and that, right? It's just I guess I don't know. Again, it's just again, I'm just trying to just kind of think, but I'm still kind of stuck in some schematics as well. Yeah, but it's just it's kind of frustrating because nobody really knows what this life is, and I'm just sick of consistently trying to run and catch up to this concept of some kind of person, I guess, who I don't know how that become I just feel life is run by that kind of mentality, maybe of knowing what we are and this and that, and it's just we don't know, but we're still in a way, in that sense, slaves, I guess, because you can do something bad or punish someone or this and that in some forms, if they're gonna do something, whatever, while nobody really knows, right? Unless there is a human being who like knows what this life is and where we all come from and this and that, like. And then like you also make philosophy a lot of times seem as it's like so unimportant, whatever, which I just whatever don't understand since I tried or whatever. I would think philosophical things even before I knew what philosophy is or whatever. So again, it's just like that part of like being socialized that just kind of, I don't know, like I took away a lot of fun stuff, I guess, from my life. Anyway, but yeah, it's just like a little bit annoying that like I don't know, I mean, unless there's still like growth and like trying to like, you know, learn over time, whatever, but like, you know, I don't know, like you hear a lot of the stories of like somebody like going to prison and then they become like, you know, like, I don't know, like just like, I don't know, like life is so weird and complicated. But it does like hurt me that like I feel like each individual is just kind of ripped away that freedom of like even understanding what life is if it's because they have to, for, you know, be in a rush to survive or whatever, like the reason, but like I just I feel like in some way taken away that, and also like in the name of like what, you know what I mean, like what's like the end goal or whatever, like I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just sort of like unhappy about certain things and certain people. Yeah. Yeah, I just like don't understand like what would have to happen in certain person's mentality one time in life that, you know, like, I don't know, but then again it's I really don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Yeah, it was just like weird. I feel like life is so like made with like rules and this and that or whatever, but like maybe there's just like not enough space to still question what even life is and reality and everything. I feel like there's just like too much of that, and also again, like I have to say that like not every people has the basics of lives as food and some kind of form of shelter and this and that, and it's just like unfair because like you go through the process of like school and this and that without, that takes away a little bit for some people at least, and the ability to start or like perceive reality the way that you would want or whatever, and then you are taken away of that. I'm not saying like everyone or whatever, but like, you know, you're taken away of that, and then you're kind of left, and if you don't manage in this world that is man-made, you just become homeless or this and that, and it's like it's so unfair, I feel like, because like, you know, like it's just unfair either way, like just like the idea of like seeing human being like starving, or the fact that like still until this day not every human being on the physical level can have like those basic needs met, is just like unbelievable to me. Like I'm literally like no one, but like the fact that there's just like more important people or whatever, I just like sometimes I get really dissatisfied that I feel like there is no real kind of adult and maturity socially, and I just miss that kind of voice of wisdom, if that makes sense, that kind of space for like wisdom and form of like more social aspect, if that makes sense. I guess that's kind of what I miss, and the kind of core feeling of like what life is about, and like, I just wish that humanity would start, again from, like, the fact of those basics of life that everyone needs, and then reaching that, be more open and be creative and make, like, life better or something. I don't know. Sounds so cheesy, but, like, you know what I mean. But I feel like that is just, like, the priority, to just, like, make sure, because, like, how can someone really sensitive really function in reality, knowing that there's still people who just doesn't have those basics, like, of life or whatever. I don't know. So that's a little bit ramble. Yeah, really miss some kind of form of wisdom, socially, or just, like, humanity level or something. So I guess that's all for this video. So